Hello everyone. Welcome to IIFL's live webinar. Today's webinar is related to Go Charting platform. We have with us Mr. Sushant, who is going to give you an entire walkthrough about the platform and how you can use the platform in order to trade better. Now, in a trader's life, the trader's life is always good when he is able to do better analytics and he is able to see the charts in a proper manner. This platform is going to help you a lot with that. With this, I'll give this platform to Mr. Sushant to explain his product.
Hey, thanks, Akshay. Hi, everyone. Hope I'm audible. My name is Sushant, and I'm going to walk you through Go Charting. So let me try and share my screen. Let me know if you are able to view my screen. Is everybody able to view my screen now?
Yes, Sushant, we are able to see your screen.
All right, so we can get started. So first, I'm going to quickly walk you through how to get to the platform, which is the most important step. Okay, and then we will walk through some of the main features. We'll try and cover up our session in 45 to 50 minutes, and we'll allocate last 10 minutes for Q&A. All right, so let's get started. So this is the indiainfoline.com. So you have to come here and you have to hover over this DMAT, and there you will see the charting and trading as one of the links in here. So once you click on this, this will take you to a link that I'm going to share on the chat screen. Okay. And basically it will take you to the screen where you will be asked to log in using your IIFL credentials. So when you click on this, obviously you know how to click put in your client ID, your password, your 2FA authentication, and then login, right? So that's a simple step. Once you log in, you will come to a screen something like this, as I'm showing you right now. This is, so I have right here right now crude as one of the scripts, okay? The reason I have crude is because right now NSE market is closed and MCX is a good example to show you the live charting and its capabilities. So we're going to focus on crude for the session, okay? And as far as trading is concerned, I'm going to show you an overview of how you can trade directly from our charts, okay? So any questions, we will take it up at the end. So this is the default view that you will get to when you come to our screen, okay? On the top, there is obviously a bar which has a lot of controls in it. There is on the left-hand side controls which gives you a lot of analytics like order book, depth of market, trade and time and sales. And on the right-hand side, again, there is the watch list, okay? And then there are a few controls for trading specifically in the bottom. So I'm going to walk you through the overview very quickly. So here in this top, this is where you kind of, select your symbol. Okay, so the way the symbol selection works in Go Charting is, suppose I click on Nifty. Okay, when you click on Nifty, you will get three results, the top three results. The first one, Nifty 50, is the cash, the equity segment. Second one is futures. When you click on the futures, you will get continuous futures and the contract futures. The continuous ones are only for analysis. The contracts ones are both for analysis as well as trade execution, because these are the actual contracts which are traded in NSE. Now for options, you will get a third option. So the first result is cash, second result is futures, third is options. So if you want to have an option chart, you have to click on this option and it will automatically open up the option chain. So this is the Nifty option chain. On the top, you can select which series you want. So suppose I am on the 3rd March series expiry, and from here you can select whatever strike price call or put you want, and you can directly click on it and the chart will show up in the main chart here. So that's a basic flow of how you can search for a symbol, be it cash segment, future segment, or option segment. Okay. Now that we understand this, then obviously there is the standard things that you know about charting. Hopefully you can choose whatever time frame you want. I'm in 5 minutes. I can go to, say, suppose 15 minutes. Okay, so this is a 15 minutes chart. Then you have a selection of all the chart types that we support. So we support area, line, candlestick, hollow, OHLC, Heiken-Ashi. So these are like simple charts, but we also support all the exotic charts like line break, Renko, Kagi, point and figure, elder impulse, range bars. So we feel our platform is one of the most, probably the most advanced platform when it comes to Renko, Kagi, line break, point and figure. So as far as exotic charts are concerned, it has got more capabilities than any other platform in the market today. So we can go into the depth of it probably if we have time today, or probably we can set up another session for this, but this is just the overview of the platform. So I'm going to just keep it at that. Then you have the drawing to, okay, so on the top bar, one of the things that I want to mention is there are these heart buttons. So when you click on these hearts, you know, those become your favorites. So basically, suppose I want a Renko chart, okay, so I'm going to click on Renko, and you can see that the Renko will appear on the top, the symbol. So basically this or top bar is customizable. So everything that you add as a favorite, be it a time frame, so I can also use a 30-minute, I like 30-minute and 1 day maybe, so I can use that, and then all of them become basically now easy or convenient buttons for you. Instead of going to the every time, you know, going to the time frame, you can directly click on these buttons and they will kind of get you to the answer. Okay. Similarly, you can choose your drawing tools. So we have 120 plus drawing tools available. You got emojis, icons, all the tools that you can think of. In fact, we also have fixed range, market profile, fixed range, volume profile. So I'm not going to again go to the depth of it, but every drawing tool that you can think of is available in this platform. Okay, so even here, for example, I can choose, for example, let me go ahead and choose, say, uh, volume profile, fixed range and market profile, and a text box. Okay, so these all become basically part of my header. So that way you can kind of customize your header and make it the way you want it to, based on the most, you know, popular or most used tools that you are normally, you know, acquainted with in your style of trading. Then comes obviously the indicators. So again, on the indicators, we have 120 plus indicators built in that you can choose from. Okay, and you can also make them as favorites and they will end up in your favorites. So we have candlestick patterns. So for example, if I want to, for example, say doji. So when I click on doji, right, as you can see, all the doji patterns are now showing up in blue boxes. Sorry, I'm trying to, okay, in blue boxes, as you can see, are showing up in blue boxes, all the dojis that so similarly you can basically try and find even complex patterns like uh, harami, or you know, downside Tasuki gap, or basically dark cloud, or you also have basically an ability, or tweezer top, but also we give you an ability to basically click on all the bearish patterns and all the bullish patterns at the same time. So that's another feature that you can try. Okay, so all bullish patterns within our platform will get highlighted directly, or all the bearish patterns. Then all the indicators that you can think of in a standard library, all of it is kind of available in this platform. This includes things like super trend. So I can go ahead and just put a super trend. Okay, that's your super trend, and our super trend also comes with a moving average to form a cloud like Ichimoku. Uh, more about it probably in a separate session, but say super trend here on the top, I can toggle, and here there is a menu that can appear, and from here you can either delete it, clone it, hide it. There's a lot of things that you can do directly from here. So for now, say super trend, or some of the popular indicators that India obviously look for is, people like to see, for example, say CPR, right? So in CPR, you basically add pivot points, go to the settings, and in settings, instead of traditionally, you choose CPR. And that's your BC, TC, CPR line. Okay. Now, one of the things in our say pivot table that we definitely give, which is extra, is you can also forecast the next session. So when you apply the forecast, it will give you the tomorrow's pivot based on today's highs and lows. So that's another thing that you can apply here. Just because I'm trying out a few sample indicators, that's why I'm going into the depth of it. But every indicator has much more, you know, customization that you can probably see in any other platform in the market. Now, the important ones that normally that are not available in other platforms. Okay, so say market profile. Market profile is an extremely, you know, unique and specialized tool, which is only available only and only in Go charting, and that comes to all the IIFL users now. So you can click on market profile, and this is a market profile chart. Those who don't know about it, maybe at a separate session, but those who do, this is the only web-based platform in the world that provides market profile charts at this level of granularity. All right, so those are some of the indicators, or for example, volume profile. Even our volume profile is very, very unique. So it kind of gives you not only the composite volume profile, but you also can do something called as the session volume profile, where every day's session is kind of looked at. So it probably looks better on a 30-day chart, but this is how it is, okay? And if you wanna push it to the back, the profiles, you can click here, object order, send to back, and that's a beautiful, volume profile chart you got directly on the screen, all right? I'm not going into the depth of it, weeds of it, but a general overview perhaps, okay? Then you have something called as indicator templates. So there in the right hand side, there are many other tools that are possible that you can add here, but right now I have a few chosen ones. So for example, I have the templates where you basically you can create your template, which is a set of indicators that you normally use always, and can name it, and you can save it on our cloud, okay? Then you have the download to Excel. So you can actually download the entire OHLC data directly onto your Excel. The magnet mode, hopefully people know what a magnet mode is, okay? And then you have the buy sell buttons on the right. Again, we'll get into the depth of this in a while, but I'm not going to go to the weeds. Then you have the settings. On settings, basically, you can choose, you can kind of customize your chart the way you want. Suppose I want to color the background of this, so I can do that. You can pretty much do anything and everything that you want right on the chart. So I'm not going to get into it, but again, if you want to ever go back to the factory settings, you can reset default and it will go back to the factory settings. You can modify axis coordinates. There's something called as order flow, more into depth. Then a lot of things around trading and a lot of things around IIFL, which are very unique to you, you can directly set as default. So for example, suppose I always want a delivery or an intraday mode, I can set it as a default. What is my disclosed quantity after hours? So many of parameters that you normally want as a default, you can set it as default through this general settings here under brokers. And then what happens is every order that you place from this platform will take on those general settings, right? And everything it can be set, even the quantity, and I'm going to show you all of that in a while, okay? Then there is the layers. A layers is basically it gives you basically the settings of all the objects, right, that are present in this chart. So for example, in this chart I just have a candlestick, but now if I want to add, for example, MACD, okay, or for example I want to create a volume profile, fixed range volume profile. So I can go and draw this volume profile from here. And now I have a volume profile. Okay, so I have all of these tools. You can find all of them here in this layers, and you can customize each one of them the way you want. Okay, so if you have, so that's the basic idea of having the layers, having all the objects within the chart in one place, so you can customize each one of them the way you want. Okay, and then we talked about the watch list. So the watch list is very, very, again, advanced. So you can create a new watch list. You can save your watch list. You can also import a file. So basically, if you have a text file, you can write down all the symbols in a particular format, and then you can just upload that file and it will get added to the watch list. You can export your watch list. You can color code them. Okay, basically you can go and basically create bookmarks like this, which you are basically more interested in, and then you can filter the bookmarks and only the bookmarks will show up. So it's a filter condition. So here, when you hover over each of these items, a cross button will appear and you can basically delete any of the symbols that is there in your watch list. Clicking on any of the watch list on the symbol will change the chart directly here. Then you have something called as, so there's a video also, if you wish, you can watch these videos to understand each of the functionalities. Then you can choose the fields that you want on the watch list here. And then we also give you 4 views of the watch list. So this is the list view. Okay, so in the list view, you can see each of the items with just the LTP and one other field that you can customize. Then you have the compact view. A compact view basically gives you your entire portfolio within the watch list, but it will be color shaded in green or red based on, in gradient colors based on, what percentage high or low it is in. So if it is very high, it will be in darker shade. If it is slightly higher, it will be in lighter shade. Similarly, if it is very red, it means really it has gone down. And you can basically configure whether you want it to be shown in terms of percentage. You want to be sorted or color graded based on percentage price rise or percentage change in volume. So basically, some people like to see it in terms of volume, then you can see it in volume. Some people like to see it in terms of, percentage rise in price, increase or decrease in price. So you can do that. Then you have something called as the candle view. A candle view only basically gives you the current day's candle for each of the charts. So you can quickly have, if you are a, pattern finder, you can quickly screen all the symbols here and find out the pattern that you like the most in terms of current days, uh, you know, uh, candle, and then, deep dive into those stocks. And then there's the full view, which kind of gives you more like high, lows, percentage change, the complete view of what you like to see. It has got a lot of details that you can think of, like sellers, number of buyers, a lot of things that currently, is hidden in the list view. So these are the 4 views of the watch list. Okay. Now that we have covered the watch list, we'll come a little bit to the left hand side. The first tab is the settings tab, similar, exactly same as this settings, but in a different, left hand mode. Some people like to see it in the left hand panel. Then you have the layers, which is same as the top one that I just showed you. Okay, this layers tab. Okay, again on the left hand side now. Then there's something interesting called as books. Okay, the books has 3 tabs to it. Okay, these all 3 are analytics tabs. The way it works is the first tab is called time and sale. A time and sale gives you every tick by tick information about all the trades that are happening in this particular instrument, which is crude. The green ones are the buys, the red ones are the sells. And there are certain ones that you will see, probably a dark mode will be better. You will see certain lines are gray, color shaded in green and red. Okay. So these basically mean they are relatively bigger orders. The reason we want to track the bigger orders is because that's where basically the big players like the FIs, DIs are entering the market. And then you can screen them out based on whether it's a retail or a big player. So it's very good for people who enjoy scalping. Okay, you can put a filter condition and you can say, hey, I only want to see orders which are basically 5 or more trade size. Okay, and then you add it and it will filter out and only give those orders which are big orders, right? And from here you can generally get a sense of whether they are all buy or they are all sell. So that gives a sentiments of whether it's a bullish market or a bearish market that you are seeing. The big orders move the market, and the sentiment of the big orders, whether it's a buy or a sell, decides where the price will actually end up moving. So that's a very nice feature called time and sale. Okay. And then the next feature is called order book. Okay, the order book is basically giving you the depth of market. Now this is MCX. So in MCX, you only get the best top 5 bids and asks. But if you go to NSE in the morning tomorrow, you will get to see basically 20 best bids and asks. So by default, you will get the cumulative view, but you are basically, it is giving me the cumulative bids and asks. But you also have the ability here to customize and change it to, for example, only say I want to look at it at a standalone view. So I know probably the 7253 level is a bigger resistance or a support, compared to some other levels down below. So that's the basic use of an order book. This is a complete depth of market. Okay, a depth of market, if you guys know how it works, is you get to see the bids, you get to see the asks, you also get to see the buys, or basically the trades that are happening on the buy side versus the trades that are happening on the sell side. So it gives a complete view in terms of the sentiment of the passive versus the aggressive orders that are played out in the market today. And here in the bottom, you have the ability to kind of aggregate them the way you want. And on the right hand side, what you see is basically the volume profile of the day in terms of bars. So there it has many views, and it has a video as well, so you should go ahead and check it out, this video. Okay, these question marks in the platform are basically YouTube videos for each of the particular widget, and you should go out and check you should go and check it out to understand how each one of them are used. Okay, but this is a very, very powerful analytics widget or tool called the depth of market, the most advanced in the internet today, because it kind of is comparable to what you find in even in desktop applications like Ninja Trader, etc. So this is something that is very, very unique that Go Charting is bringing to IIFL users, okay, in the Indian market, and you should definitely try it out, this one and the order book and the time and sale tomorrow and the NSE market open hours. All right. The last one is basically the news. It kind of gives you a lot of news around contextual news around the symbol that you are in, but that's a brief overview of the left hand side. Okay, now in the bottom is basically what you see here. So let me go to something like, say, Nifty. Okay, so I'm on a Nifty chart right now. Okay, so suppose I am in um, Nifty right now. Okay, and I want to kind of see both Nifty and Bank Nifty together. Okay, or multi-chart view, what we call it. That's what is possible in the left hand side. So for example, if I want two columns, I can click here, and basically the right hand side and the left hand side both are two separate charts. So if I want to change the chart on the left, I have to click it once and then change the symbol. Say I want Bank Nifty. Okay, so now Bank Nifty is on my left hand side. Okay, and I can right click here. Okay, and change the appearance. So this is Bank Nifty, as you can see, and this is Nifty. This is your Nifty. Okay, so you now have two charts side by side, and you can also change them. Like you can also drag it. It's completely customizable. Okay, so you have the ability to do at the max 4 charts if you wish. Okay, but I kind of like the 2 chart view, so I'm going to stick to this. So now you have the ability to look at multi-charts. You can go for a full screen view. You can change it to, we come up with many themes. So there is a white theme that you're looking at. Some people like the dark theme. We have like multiple themes that you can choose from. Okay, so this is the dark theme, and so that's what basically the left hand side, this bottom panel kind of works on. So it is about themes, it's about full screen, it's about multi-charts. On the right hand side, before going to the trading section, I'm going to quickly view on the right hand side. Okay, so before going to the right hand side, there are a couple of things, that other things that you should probably explore is you can right click on the chart. Okay, and there are many things that you can do. Okay, so for example, if I say I have a TCS chart, okay, on the left hand side, and I want to create what you call as a VWAP or anchored VWAP. Okay, so anchored VWAP, I can basically, what it does is you have to, from a certain point within the chart, you can draw a VWAP, and it's very simple to do that. Things, complex functions like this on Go Charting, you can just simply click on any of the candles, right click and add anchor VWAP, and it will draw a VWAP for you. This is an anchor VWAP that was created from this particular candle just by right clicking and choosing that option. Similarly, there are many other options that I'm not going to be able to deep dive into it right now, but you can right click on the on the chart. You should actually try right clicking on various parts of the platform and see many options will come up. Similarly, you can right click on the price scale, okay, and choose something like, say, bar countdown or log scale, okay, or bid and ask. Similarly, you can right click here on the bottom and choose your time zone. So for example, if you are based out of US or some other, you can choose whether you want to do it on a local time zone. For example, I'm based out of Luxembourg, so it's on the local, but if I want to do it based on NSE, I will use source exchange, so that now my time zone is based on NSE time zone. Okay, so similarly, you should try out basically right clicking on various parts of the chart and the platform. There may be hidden treasures everywhere. Okay, So now that we understand this, okay, on the right hand side is a support that you would need or learning material. So for example, on the on this button which says help F1, so if you click on F1 in your keyboard, okay, you will get a nice quick tour of the entire platform. You should take this tour to understand each of the parts, and it will kind of give you, for example, like this, it will kind of navigate to each of the corners and will show you what each of the basically uh, parts do, uh, yeah, and what is the functionality of each of the parts. So basically what I suggest is every time you start the platform, it's always nice to take a demo tour. So this is a demo tour that you can do. So click on F1 or this button in the bottom right and take the tour. Then you have something called as platform shortcuts. So there are we kind of support, we understand that traders need speed in the game for trading, for making decisions, for customizing the charts. So we have a ton of shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts that you can directly use from your keyboard. For example, let's take an example. If I want, for example, right now I am in a 2-column chart, okay, and I want a quadrant view. So control. So if I click on Control+4, this 2-chart view will become, for example, a 4-chart view. Okay, so those are all the options that you can think of by looking at these shortcuts. The important ones, to be honest, which I really like, are the ones related to trading, and I'm going to show you in a while. Okay, when I come to trading. So if I forget, do remind me. Keyboard shortcuts for trading are awesome in our platform. Then you have something called as the documentation. So you can click on any topic that you can think of. Say if I want to know more about Renko, okay, so I'll click on Renko charts and it will give me an article on Renko. So I can click here and it will take me to another website, which is our documentation platform, and you can really read about that particular tool or that particular chart or indicator or drawing type, all of that here. Next up is Discord. Discord is a blue button. Basically, Discord is a third-party application like Telegram. So we kind of provide support for our users, on Discord. So if you wish to, you can join our community and you can discuss a lot of things. You can discuss things that you want in the feature, in the platform in the future. So feature requests or something that you don't like, or you have general feedback, or you generally want to know about the platform, you can join our community. It's an open community, and you can definitely take part in the discussions. And then you have a bugs report. Suppose you find a bug here. Okay, suppose I want to report a bug. I found a bug. I can write and then I can attach a screenshot, which will take the current screen here, screenshot, and then it will directly send it to us. So I've taken a screenshot and I want to call it, this is a bug. So I write something like this, or to explain basically what the bug is, and then send the feedback. And this will directly come to us and we can directly, address this one-on-one if it's really a bug, which we hope it is not. Okay, so that was the right hand panel. Now we'll talk about trading. Okay, when it comes to trading, the features are pretty cool. Okay, so suppose right now TCS is closed. Okay, so I can't do much, but suppose NSE is closed. But if I were to generally take a position, the way I would do it is couple of ways. Suppose I can click on these buy sell buttons. That's one way. Okay, and you can punch in. So there are 4 types of orders that you can execute from IIFL platform: the limit order, market order, stop order, and stop limit. I hope you guys know what it means, each of these. I'm not going to go into the depth of it. You can play, for example, if I'm on the limit order, I can place the limit price, the quantity, and I have some easy convenient buttons. And when you hover over each of these items, for example, say quantity, okay, there's a cross button, there's a check button. So if I click on this check, it says default size change. So now my default size is 1. So if I want to do quick trading directly from the keyboard shortcuts, okay, the default size will be taken when the order is placed. So every time I place an order, it will always be of quantity 1, because that's the default size I have configured in the platform. Similarly, I can configure the product type, say delivery. Okay, so I can click here that becomes a default, or if it's a after hours or a disclosed quantity, or if it's a day or immediate or cancel, what type of order it is, you can all of it, you can set it as default. Now the idea of having this default is next time when you do quick trading, which I am going to show you in a while, through the mouse or through your keyboard shortcuts, many times you don't want another level of confirmation popping up saying, hey, is this confirmed? So you want to place an order quickly at that time, in these default values will be taken up when you place the order. Okay, so let's try and see. So that's one way of placing an order, by clicking on this buy sell buttons. The next is you can right click on the chart. Okay, when you right click on the chart, depending on whether the click was below the LTP or above the LTP, the algorithm will directly show you all the possible options. So because I chose the mouse below the LTP, it is giving me buy limit, buy market, sell stop, and sell stop limit. Now, if I choose and click it above the LTP, which is the current price, it will not give me buy limit, it will give me sell limit. So the algorithm is smart enough to understand based on where you want to place the order, it will give you the exact correct options that you should choose for. Suppose I choose sell limit, it will directly open up the same widget that I talked about. It will have the limit price auto populated because that's where I right clicked on the chart. The quantity, again, you want to enter it, you can do it, or if it's a default quantity you have already set, that will be taken up, and all you have to do is click the button sell and it will get placed in the order in the chart. Once it gets placed in the chart, for example, suppose I place this order, it says order placements unsuccessful, exchange is closed, because the NSE is closed right now. But when NSE is open tomorrow in the morning, this order will get placed, assuming you have the capital and margin, and you will see an order line here on the chart itself. Okay, and you can modify it, you can directly drag those orders up and down if you want to modify the order, or you can directly cancel it. There will be a cross button on that order and you can directly cancel those orders. So basically you can do everything that you do directly from the chart. All I have to do is right click, sell, buy, wherever I want to right click, basically wherever I want to place the order, sell, boom, and your order gets placed, and the line shows up here. Whenever you take a market order or your order is actually executed, those positions will also show up directly on the chart. Okay, and it will on a real-time basis do a P&L calculation of each of the positions that you have taken on directly on the chart. So that's the second way you can place an order. So first way was just this buy sell buttons. Second way is right click on the chart and basically wherever you want these orders to be placed, you can do that. And the third way is, like I said, is based on keyboard shortcuts. So let's understand this. Okay, so I go to platform trading. Suppose I want to place a limit order. Okay, all I have to do is shift plus double click. That's all. So if I place shift and double click, so right now I have my mouse here. Okay, right now I'm going to click on shift and double click on the chart and it will directly open up this panel with this view. It is a limit order. It already knows I have placed it on top of the LTP, so it has to be a sell, not a buy. So basically the algorithm is very smart. It will directly, based on these various parameters, it will directly give you the right option and directly you can place the order. Now suppose you are in a position where you don't even want to see this confirmation. Okay, suppose I really want to place the order by just double clicking on the chart and the order should go out. I don't want any confirmation, anything. I have set my defaults. I know what I'm doing. In that case, you should go to trading, okay, and click on this enable quick trade mode. When you enable this quick trade mode, it basically means that you know what you are doing and you are confident of placing the order directly without any confirmation given out on the screen. So now if I go to shift and double click, it will not ask me for a confirmation. It will directly place the order. Like you see, the order was placed. Obviously it was rejected because market is closed. But in your case, tomorrow in the morning, when you shift and double click, directly the limit order will show up here. Okay, so this is a very unique feature where basically with a single click of your mouse, you can directly place the order to the exchange through IIFL. So that was something unique about the platform. Then there is the one click button where basically you choose what is the quantity, and you can press buy and sell buttons, and it will directly place market orders. Again, another simple widget which helps you quickly place orders to the exchange. Then you have the ledger. This is the ledger tab where you get to see my trades, my positions, my balance. So let's try and understand this. Okay, so when I click, this is my balance. Okay, I have taken no positions, but I did try and place an order. Okay, and it got cancelled because obviously market is closed. So you get to see all the parameters of it directly on the screen. Similarly, all the executed trades will show up here. All the positions that you have taken will show up here. You have the ability to choose the fields that you want to see from here. Again, there is a help button. If you wish to know, how it works, you can just click on this. Okay. So this help button will pop up hopefully another YouTube video for you to understand. Oh, this gives you basically a demo tour of the entire trading panel here. Okay. And then you can cancel all orders directly. Okay, so suppose you have multiple orders taken here. Okay, in the orders button. Okay, and you want to cancel all of them together. Suppose the market is closing and you want to close all of them, then click on this cancel all and it will cancel all the orders directly from you. Okay, you can download all the orders to your Excel. Okay, you can also right click here. Like I said, you should try and right click everywhere. You can create an order directly by right clicking, or close a order. You can close your positions by right clicking on the open positions and close. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do directly from this ledger tab here. Okay, let me close this from this ledger tab here. So that's in a very nutshell. I've tried to kind of cover as much as I could on this charting platform. There is so many features in here. It's very absolutely impossible to cover all of them in a 1 hour session, 45-minute session. But I've tried to cover maximum things that I could here. Okay, so at this point in time, there's one more feature that I completely forgot about, and I'll keep doing this throughout the session because there's so many features I keep forgetting. So when you have a chart, okay, when you have an indicator right now, for example, I have the MACD, the volume, and the candlestick. Okay, another feature that we provide you is called indicator on indicator. Suppose this is an indicator which is a volume, and I want to create a simple moving average on top of this volume. So I can click on this particular button, as you can see. Okay, not sure if it's clear. Let me go to the white theme. So there is this button right next to the volume bar. I click here and it will open up, all the indicators that I can add on top of the volume. So suppose I choose simple moving average. Now you see that a simple moving average blue line has been added on top of the volume chart. So that's basically one of the ways where you can create pretty complex indicators based on other indicators. Any questions, guys? Okay, Akshay, do you think we can basically ask a few questions and then deep dive into those sections, basically based on what people want to know about this platform more? Does that make more sense?
Sure, why not? So people won't be able to unmute. What we can do is people can put their questions in the quick Q&A, or they can put it in chat, and from there we can pick it up.
So
Hello?
yeah, sure. So I have 3 questions here, as you can see. Hindi language, sir. Again, I definitely understand that we need probably another webinar, right, in Hindi. Definitely something that I will. Please explain single button trading on chart. Okay. So I will try and explain this in English and Hindi so that it is clear. तो हमें क्या करना है? We are trying to place an order, okay, through a single click, okay. So first thing I have to do is, first I have to ask myself, do I need a confirmation, second level of confirmation or not? Okay, by default, when I click on this settings on the top, okay, I go to settings on the top, I go to trading, you will see this enable quick trade mode will be disabled. This is the default mode, okay. What this means is when I try and place an order, suppose I right click and place an order, sell market, okay, this particular panel will show up. Okay, it's like a confirmation screen where you get to see all the parameters. Okay, bhai, sab kuch theek lag raha hai. I can click on the sell button and the order will be placed. Suppose you are confident of what you are doing in the market, then probably, and you're a pro trader, you probably don't need that, right? So you can go to trading and enable quick trade mode. So that's step one. Okay. Now there will be no confirmation asked. The order, once you click the mouse or click the keyboard, it will directly get placed to the exchange through IIFL. Okay. So how it is going to work is we will go to F1, okay, just to go through all the shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts. So if I want to place a limit order, I will click Shift on my keyboard and double click the mouse. Shift plus double click. If I want to create a stop order, stop market, I will click on Alt and double click. If I want to place a market order, I will click on Control key in the keyboard and double click the mouse wherever I want to place it. Okay. So these are the three major, order types that I can directly place by clicking on the mouse and the keyboard on the chart. Okay. If you want to cancel all the orders together, you can click on F6 and all your open orders will get canceled at the same time. Okay. And if you want to, for example, see the trading journal, you can click on F3. So suppose I click on F3, the trading journal, which I just showed you, will pop up. Okay. So right now I'm in TCS. Let me try and create another order. Okay. So I'm going to try and place a market order right now. Obviously it's not going to get executed, but I'm going to see it here in my orders. Okay. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to just, and in market order, it doesn't matter where you place your mouse because it's a market order sent in that market LTP. So I'm just going to go and check the shortcut once again. And in trading, it says market order is control key plus double click. So I'm going to click on control and double click the mouse. Okay. And the order directly got placed. And it says, please provide limit price. So obviously there is not a limit price because it's a market order that I've placed and its market is closed. So I won't see that happen, but that's how you can place a market order. The other way to place a market order is this one click button. Here also, I can choose whatever is the amount I want. Suppose I want 2 units. Okay. I can click on buy. Okay. And it will place the market order directly. So that's the other way. So if you want to do it through keyboard, that's the one way. If you want to place it directly using these buy sell buttons, that's the second way. Okay. Now if I want to place a limit order, okay, suppose here this is where I want to place a limit order. Okay. And limit order is shift plus double click on the mouse. So I'm going to click, so I'm going to keep my mouse cursor on this level 3500 3500. I'm going to click on shift, okay, and double click. Okay. And it says exchange is closed, please place after market order. So after market hours, the order will get placed. For now, it will just show up here as a canceled order. So these are the ways in which basically you can very quickly, place your orders, close your positions, close your open orders, all of it from your keyboard directly. So all you have to do is click on F1 button. This panel will open, go to platform shortcuts, trading, and figure out what all things that you use the most. Hope I have answered the question to the best of my abilities, given that the market is closed. Charges for this platform. There are no charges for IIFL users on this platform. So this platform comes only to IIFL users. Can we have this button permanently on the chart? Which button, Mohit? Oh, you mean the buy sell buttons? Yeah, you can click on this on click and it will always be here on the top. You can place it wherever you want and you can keep clicking on these buy sell buttons from here, if that's the question you have. And the app is intelligent enough to know where you have placed these buttons. So next time if you refresh the browser or you log out and log in again, you will find the button in the same place. Okay. Another thing that you may want to use is something called a save. Save allows you to create new chart layouts. Okay. So suppose I have created this chart comprising of, say, I'm making it up. Okay, so I've created, say, a market profile chart. Okay, so I'm going to go and click on, or on indicators, I'm going to go and click on market profile. Okay, so that's a very, very nice market profile chart you got here. Okay, suppose I want to save this market profile chart. So I'm going to go save, create new layout. Now this will create a permanent chart on our cloud, on Go Charting Cloud. So let me call it market profile. Market profile Nifty. Okay, and create. Once I create this, a link on the top will automatically change. Okay, and you will see a market profile Nifty added to this favorites in your save button. Now this becomes a permanent link, you know, for anyone who wants to see a market profile chart. Okay, now you can use it. Now you can go to any other computer, say you can go to your laptop or to your iPad or wherever you want to, and just go and click on market profile. It will automatically pull up this particular special chart for you. Okay, so that's that's one of the nice ways of you kind of creating charts. Okay, and we allow you to kind of load up to 50 charts for free. Okay, so you can load up to there's a limit of 50, so you can save up to 50 charts on our cloud directly at a given point in time. Okay, any other questions? So I also explained something that I missed out, which is the saving, how you save your chart and your configuration. Okay. Now, if you want to, there are two things you will see. One is save layout or create new layout. So this will save everything within the chart. And there's something called save app profile. A save app profile will basically save settings like what are your favorites. For example, I have put 30-minute one day as my favorite on the top bar. I have put a Renko chart and a candlestick chart on the top bar. I have put some of drawing tools on the top bar. Or for example, I'm playing with a white theme, or for example, I'm playing with a dark theme, and I always want the app to open in the dark theme mode. That's when you use something called a save app profile. So basically these are linked to your profile and not to any particular chart, and so your whole profile gets saved on our cloud. Autosave will automatically save all these features that I've talked about on our cloud every 2 minutes. So if you so it's a good practice, I think, to have the autosave on, because it will keep, you know, saving all your settings on our cloud, and you will not lose them anytime soon. You will have always the latest setting of your chart wherever you go. Any other questions, guys, that you want me to deep dive into? Yeah, order flow analysis using imbalance is something that is available in our our company website, which is gocharting.com. That feature is not available in the IIFL version because it uses tick data. Okay, Akshay, I think I've probably been able to cover most of the features, and if there's anything people want to know, they can put it out there in the Q&A. So there's something called as Q&A and there's something called as chat. Are these both the same, one and the same?
Both are different, Sushant. So
Oh,
many
okay.
people ask questions here, many people ask questions there as well.
Okay, so I have not gone through them. Let me go through.
So there are questions
Yeah,
on,
for
say, what
example, how will the order placement happen in case of options? Do we need to have the option chart? Yeah, you can. One of the ways is like I explained. Suppose you want to open up an option chart. How you do it? Say click Nifty. Okay. The third result is called Nifty options. The first is always the cash. Second is the futures. Third is option. When I click on option, the option chain will open up, and from here you can choose whichever, you know, chart you want to basically plot. Okay, suppose I have this particular chart called 17,500. Okay, let me go and check Nifty. And then yes, your answer is correct. So you will have to create the chart first, and from the chart you will be able to place your orders. Is it already available? Yes, it is already available. You have to go to the link that I have shared. Let me share this link as well, suppose on the chat. You can directly go to this. You can directly go to this link and you can start charting. Any stop loss order placed will be automatically intraday or delivery. So if you place an order, say a stop loss order, suppose this is a stop order, you have the ability to choose whether it's going to be delivery or intraday from here in the bottom other configuration. And once you have chosen, you can also set it as a default so that next time you continue to get the same option when you kind of trade. Basket order for option trading. No, basket order is currently not available in this platform per se with one click. Maybe it is something that we can look into in the future. Can we? Yes, can we go to gocharting.com and trade using IIFL credentials? Yes, you can. You will have to click on the right hand side, and on the right hand side panel, you will get to see IIFL symbol, and you can click on IIFL and basically directly do it from there. We don't have a Telegram channel, we have a Discord channel. So when you click on this bottom on the, suppose you see my mouse, right? If you click here in the bottom, there is something called as bugs report. And after that, there is something called as support. It's a blue button. When you click on this blue button, as you can see, it will take you to our Discord server. It's like Telegram. So you have to create an account on discord.com like you create in telegram.com, right? Telegram, web.telegram, and then you can accept and basically join the community. It's a 24/7 support that we provide on our channel. Please speak in mixed language. हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. Basically I was talking to Akshay, and we were contemplating should we have a separate webinar in Hindi only. So maybe something in the future we will come up with a complete webinar on Hindi. So where to check videos for this? So basically every panel that you open, there is a question mark button. You click on this question mark and the YouTube video will show up. So that's one way of going into each of the sections to understand how you do it. Or you can go to our basically YouTube channel, and I'll share you can just search for YouTube. So let me give you guys our YouTube channel. So you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch some of the other videos that I may not have mentioned in this webinar right now. Yeah, the help community, sure. Copy link address, support channel. Support. So you have to go to discord.org, discord.com and create a username and any random username, and then you can just join our channel. Can you brief about power trades? Are you referring to this particular feature? maybe these are some of the unique features that we can talk about in our subsequent sessions, because it needs some deep dive. Mohit, we didn't get your question. What does it mean? Okay, it will continue until we cancel. What do you mean by that? Yes, yes, you're right. So basically, once you have configured the settings on the trade panel and created a stop order, it will continue until you make any changes or cancel. Correct. Akshay, I think we have covered a lot of these questions right now. Okay.
Perfect. So what we can do is we have also given the blog link. People can also read the blog from there. And if there are any more questions, they can surely raise a ticket, and I guess we can forward it to you.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any virtual trading facility? You can go to our this is a trading platform. This is not for virtual trading. This particular version, of the IIFL version. But you can go to some of our other platforms and try that. Okay, I think I've pretty much covered all of that right now. Akshay.
Perfect. Then thank you so much, Sushant. I hope everyone had a wonderful session. Everyone got insight how to trade and how to use the platform.
Hello everyone. I think Akshay is facing some issues. So thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you Sushant for giving such a detailed overview of the platform and helping clients to go through the platform. If you have any queries later on, you can always mail us on cs@ifl.com. And we will help you with all the queries after that as well. And we will also be uploading this video soon, and we will send you the link for the same. You can share it with your friends and colleagues and let them know about the platform if you like it, and share your feedback with us as well. We will try to incorporate all of your feedbacks and make it much better for you. Thank you everyone.